Hello, in this course, I will explain to you how you can easily and efficiently use the assignment destructing object syntax with JavaScript, and we will also cover the same for a array. So how we can again use the destructing assignment syntax with an array. So how to do it? Well, we see it's not difficult. It's quite easy and it's quite straightforward. It will help you obviously to write better code because it changes your life. In my case, it did since it was released in ES6. And basically, I will write that function with you and let's see how it goes. So the first step, as you could see, we have a fat. You can use a normal function syntax like function, but in my case, I will just use my function, and we use the fat arrow syntax here. So as you can see, to me it's just clearer. It's less code and it's more straightforward. And here I will do city, London, country, it will be UK, and then my name, Pierre, and yeah, pretty much that's it. So that's a function, and here I will actually destruct it to have, for instance, just the country, let's say. And here I will just do country, the name, and now I will do my function and I will retrieve it. So let's test it. And you see now I have UK. If I want to use name, I can do the same. And now if I run it again, I will have normally name. Yes, Pierre. And I can use an alias, so I can say my name. When you use colon operator here, when you use the colon just there, it's actually for an alias. And now you see, oops, sorry. And now it should again be Pierre. If I change my name to Henry, beautiful, it's Henry. That's how you actually use the destructing assignment syntax with JavaScript. Now let's see with a array. So again, I just made this for the example. The same for the other one. I will actually add them in a gist on GitHub, so you will be able to just play with it if you wish. So for a array, it's more or less the same. However, we see two different syntax. So I will actually maybe just comment that one and let's play with it. So let's just do this. Again, I will create a function here and we'll just do my function. Again, let's make it simple. And here I will just return. However, it will be an array. So for the array, it will be like Pierre, that's my name, Henry, and then London, and then probably UK, why not? And here we want to destruct the array to just have one specific index, one specific key, sorry. So one specific value, here it's a value. So when I want London from the array, so I can do what is nice with in this, when you destruct an array, you can actually use a specific name. Unlike what we did with the object, we had to use a alias here, you see, but there, because it's just a key and a value, we can by default directly use name, because it has just indexes, and that's why you can just use like name, like first name, because it doesn't have like for the object it had specific keys, but here it's just like 0, here to be 0, the index here to be 1, the index here to be index 2, and here it will be index 3. So index 0, I say first name, index 2, it will be last name, so it will be Henry, and then I just do my function, and now we can just do console log, and I will output last name, and let's see how it goes. So now let's run it. Just open, you see it's Henry, and now if I do first name instead, I should have, oops, maybe I have an error somehow. First name, oh sorry, it's because I have a typo actually. It wasn't first name, so now if I run it, I have Pierre. That works. If I just want to have the last name or just the city name, I can skip one with the comma sign. So 1, 2, 3. And last name, oh yeah, obviously this one is not defined. So that's UK because 1, 0, 1, 2. So now if I want to have London, I skip the 2 first one, so I have London. If I want to have Henry, I skip the first one, I have Henry. However, this is not really readable. I can also, I could also do obviously this array, and then I can just use the index. So here it will be Pierre. If I use index 1 is Henry, and then I use London, and so on. But a better way is just to destruct like the same way as a object, and we will use the index number. So I want to use Henry, I do 1 because it's index 1, and then I will give as a name last name, and that's a much more readable way to do it. So now I do last name, and you see I have Henry. If I want to use 2, so index 2, because with an array in programming, usually all programming languages, the array starts, the index starts with 0. So 0 is the first key, 1 is the second, and then second, 0 is the first one, index 1 is the second, index 2 is the third, and so on. And now I want to have London, so I will do city, and here I will do city, and you see I have the UK. Oh, sorry, it's second actually. What do I do? And now I have London, and now if I want to have the UK, obviously I just do country, and I do this. But that's actually the recommended way to get data from a array when you destruct it, because it's much more readable than doing this. If you do this, it's not really readable. You can obviously, but it's harder. The result is the same, however, it's harder. And I can obviously change the variable here in this case, because we destruct an array, so I can change it, but it's not really readable. So it's always better to destruct it when you use the same way as destructing an object with a curly bracket and not the square bracket. Now, obviously, if I just want to get all of them, all of the data, or just the 2 first one, I don't need to use the curly bracket. I can use the square bracket and just do first name, last name. I can do that obviously. And here I would have maybe last name. And again, you see Henry. And now I want to have the first name. Beautiful. I hope it helps. I hope now you understand better. I will give the link of my repository where I will paste these examples, and have a happy coding, have fun while you are discovering JavaScript. See you in another video.